All right, here we are. We're live. Hi, guys. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. We're super stoked to have you. Really excited to talk about the coaching opportunity with all of you. So we appreciate you joining us. We also know it's usually a madhouse at this time of night for anyone in their household. So thank you for hopping on, and we hope that we can inspire you. Hopefully, one of our stories resonates with you. And at the end of this, we hope that you see that you could do this too. So my name is Nikki Whiting, for those of you who don't know me, and I've been a coach for coming up on 5 years in May. Crazy to say. Never saw myself long-term in direct sales or network marketing, if I'm being honest. I was a teacher and third grade elementary. Became pregnant. Long story short, 2 kids later, here we are. I'm working full-time as a health and fitness coach from home on part-time hours. And this business, to say it's been a blessing to our family and that I'm grateful for it, is a total understatement. So I hope that you guys can see the joy and the excitement that we have for this business and the excitement that we have for you to join us. So to give you a rundown of how tonight's going to run a little bit differently. Usually we do 3-day groups. Tonight we just want to really share everything that we can in a webinar style. So I have 2 awesome coaches of mine who are emerging leaders on the team, and they are Reagan and Tristan, who will be joining you in just a second. You can see them down there. And they're going to tell just a little bit about their stories. Everybody's story is a bit different. And you'll see, why I chose these 2, because I think they're just very different perspectives that you'll get. And afterwards, I'm going to pop back on and really share some of the ins and outs of coaching, some very common questions that people have, some fears that people have, and really try to kind of debunk some of those myths about direct sales and coaching in general. So really, really excited. And with that, I'm going to stop talking and go ahead and hand it over to Reagan, who's going to start first.
Hi, guys. So my name is Reagan Collins. I have been a coach, actually just past my 1-year coaching anniversary this past weekend. I became a coach at a pretty unconventional time. I was 5.5 months pregnant, actually, and I did not join at all for the physical side of it, not at all. I have a son that's 3 now, and my story actually goes back as to why I joined a year earlier, really a year and a half earlier. I was pregnant with twins. I got pregnant very soon after we had our first son. And lo and behold, at 12 weeks, they told us we were twins, having twins. And then with that, though, came a lot of problems that only happened with twins. And they always told me if we can make it to 26 weeks, then the likelihood of anything happening with them, of losing them, would go down drastically, like 10%. So we got to 26 weeks, and like 2 days later, everything hit the fan. And I ended up losing them, and I ended up delivering them at 27 weeks. And that threw me into the hardest time of my life. I went into a very bad depression, and I'm not the person who's going to show my emotions to people. I always felt that made me look weak. And so it took me about a week to realize what was happening, and then I realized it, and I had a husband that loved me. I had an infant at the time. My son was not even a year old when that happened, and he depended on me, so I knew I had to do something to get out of it. And it took me about 9 months just clawing my way out of that darkness to get to where I felt back to normal. And that's when me and my husband decided to try for another baby. And we got pregnant really, really quick after that. And I thought I was okay, but I didn't realize that I would start having like anxiety, and just the further along I got, At 20 weeks is when you have to deliver a baby. And when I hit that 20-week mark, I started losing, like I was just had so much anxiety all day. I was emotional wreck. And it was because I thought, one, I would lose my baby, but two, I would get thrown back into that depression. And that just was so hard to get out of. I didn't know if I could do it again. So I went searching. I went searching for something just to put all of that negative energy in my head, all of that anxiety to somewhere, something. And I had actually watched my coach. It wasn't Nikki, actually. I watched my coach for 4 years, believe it or not. So I think that timing is everything in this business. And she had just had a baby and looked so happy and positive, and it was everything that I wanted. And so I joined. And my husband was against it. He thought that, oh, Beachbody, it works, but I don't know about this team stuff. I don't know what that is. But I just knew, I just had a feeling it would help. And if it didn't, I'd lose my pregnancy weight, hopefully faster. And, but y'all, it has been the biggest blessing in my life. I'm not kidding. It was amazing how quickly my mind started going back to the positivity. The anxiety started going away. When you're physically working out your body, you are mentally changing too, and you don't even realize it. And, you know, a year later, I can just say this has blessed me beyond belief. And more so because for me, it's the mentality of things. But now I gained 50 pounds with my baby, and I am 83 pounds down after my baby. Yay! And that is, I don't know, she's 8 months now. She just turned 8 months. So 83 pounds down. You know, my husband now is a believer because it's working, obviously. I am, a smidge close to getting a promotion to diamond, which just means that you have inspired a lot of people to get on this journey too, and to help others on their journey. It is so amazing. I'm a teacher. I love helping others. I teach 6th, 7th, and 8th grade at a discipline campus, actually. So they get in trouble, they come to me. And, you know, it's the positivity, I think, that I love to spread. It's the mentality, getting the positive mentality. And the physical side is great, I will say that. But having the confidence in me again, not being able to just have the fears and the worries. I jumped into this business not knowing anything, and my coach at the time, she had one foot out the door, and when she left, it was probably the biggest blessing again that could have happened, because I got my coach, Nikki, who is just amazing. This team is amazing, and it's the best support I could have ever asked for. Along my pregnancy journey, after my pregnancy journey, you know, we actually got struck by Hurricane Harvey. I got about 5.5 feet flooded in our house. I mean, it was just kind of one thing after another, but because I had people who were strong and positive and encouraging, it was just like another thing, you know what I mean? I don't know how to explain that, but yeah. So if you're looking for something, if you're looking for the mentality, the positivity side of it, if you're looking for support from women who are on a similar journey or who are on any kind of journey, like, this is it, guys. It's amazing to be part of. So that's me, my story. I want to hand it over to my girl, Tristan, who's going to tell you about her.
All right. Hey. So my story, so I actually have been a coach for 2.5 years. And when I started, well, let me take you guys back to when I joined Beachbody, and that was almost 3 years ago. And so I actually saw a friend who I'd been watching her for about a year, and she had just had a baby, and she had this amazing transformation. And I saw her post, and I was like, okay, I was 2 months postpartum, almost 2 months postpartum. And I had actually put on probably 20 pounds before I got pregnant. Well, no, not 20, about 10 or 15 before I got pregnant. And then another like 35, 40 when I got pregnant. And so, or in my pregnancy. So I was postpartum, and I was having a really hard time, and I was just eating everything. And I was unhappy. I couldn't fit my clothes. And I saw my friend post this transformation. And she actually, at the time, we were just kind of mutual friends. I saw her transformation and I was like, I want in on that. Like, I need to know what she's doing. And I had actually done a couple of Beachbody programs in the past, but they were just like, I never did the meal plans. I just did the workouts. And she shared with me about a program that a lot of her family members were doing. And I was like, okay, well, that's the one that I want to do. And so I talked to my husband about it, and he was actually a really big skeptic as well, just like yours, Regan. And we both started it together, and he actually lost 20 pounds in his first like 3 or 4 weeks. And I lost in my first few weeks, I lost like maybe 5 pounds, but like a bunch of inches. Anyway, a few months down the road, I lost about 25 pounds total. Pre-pregnant, this is postpartum. And me and my coach actually became really close friends. And we talked like all the time. And I loved the community that I saw that was a part of Beachbody and these challenge groups. And she was like, girl, you need to just join my team and become a coach. And I was like, this is something that I think I would love. I think I would really love this. And so I talked to my husband about it, and he was a skeptic as well about that. And I joined, and I actually was more of a hobby coach my first 2 years. And I just, I helped people, but it was definitely more of a hobby. I didn't really give it my all. I let a lot of fear and procrastination kind of get in the way. But me and my coach became really, really close. And she's like a dear friend of mine. And she actually doesn't coach anymore. And in December this past year, I just had this fire lit like from under me, and was like, I need to just go all in, give my 100% and just do this, because I absolutely love it. The only thing holding me back is myself. And so I actually reached out to Nikki, because my coach was actually one of Nikki's coaches. Nikki was her coach. And I reached out to her and I was like, I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to just go all in and make this a business rather than a hobby. And she was like, okay, girl, let's go. And so since then, I have been able to help so many people. And it's not just about like them getting fit and myself getting fit, but there are also relationships that are built. And there are girls now that I can call like my sisters. They feel like more of like a sister to me than a friend. And that's a huge blessing that comes along with it. And also, one thing that coaching has done for me, it has challenged me to get outside of my box and to get out of my comfort zone. And I need that push. And I've seen so much growth in myself from becoming a coach, and then the other people around me. It's such a blessing to be a part of something where you're constantly seeing people grow, and you see them push themselves for something that's good for them. You see them choose the hard for something that's good for them. And it's been the biggest blessing for me to be able to see these things and to experience it myself. And so my husband has seen this, and he's seen the changes that he's seen the changes in me, and he is all for it, and he loves it. And he loves that it's something that I can do that doesn't even feel like work. I'm building relationships with people, and I'm helping them get fit. I'm helping them not just get fit, but become the best versions of themselves. And through that, I'm also becoming the best version of myself. And so it is a huge blessing, and it's something that does not feel like work at all. It feels like something that I get to do every day. Like, I actually look forward to it every day. I can't wait to talk to my challengers. I can't wait to talk to my coach girlfriends, my coach sisters. Like, I can't wait to do it. And it's amazing to be able to find something like that you can enjoy and also have an income for. I mean, there aren't many things out there like that. And so that's my story.
So good. I feel like I haven't heard all of that from both of you guys. So it's nice for me to like hear, you know, just kind of as you go through it all. But I think you guys can see now also why I've chosen then to do this with me, because you know, you're getting this two different perspectives as to why they join, two different perspectives as to, you know, one who is working outside of the home and doing this, and one who is inside of the home and doing this. And so you really can see that it's not just a one type of person, or, you know, how, I don't know if you're working or not working. I think a lot of times people feel like it either needs to be all or nothing. And I think it can be very much a side hustle for you if you want it to be. It can also be a full-time thing if you want it to be a full-time thing. And, you know, I tell people all the time I'm a full-time health and fitness coach, but I'm on part-time hours. I by no means am working, you know, a 40-hour job and that commute and all of that goes into it. So really for me, that was, I wanted to stay home. I'm an anxious soul. So I did not want to have to go back to work after having our kids. And so that was a real push for me, was like, okay, when I started to see what the income could be, what the possibilities were within the company, other people doing it, and knowing that I could do it myself. There's no reason, if they can do it, I can do it type of mindset. And seeing that. And then once it started to kind of just snowball into this bigger thing than I ever imagined, it lights a fire in you to share it with other people. And I think a big fear, because I'm going to go ahead and into some of these fears and some of that stuff, but is that people are afraid to be salesy, or they're afraid to share an opportunity with someone. And so instead of, you know, signing up and pushing their business forward, they just kind of, well, if someone comes to me, that's great. And you can totally do that. We have several people who just love the sales that come to them, and that is what they want. There's also the team building side. And, you know, I'm going to talk about different ways that we earn, but the huge residual income does come when you start to build a team where, you know, maybe there's times when you can't show up or you go on vacation, your paycheck still rolls in. That is the blessing of direct sales and network marketing. That's the coolest part. And so a big thing is that they don't want to come off some kind of way or invite people to an opportunity. I felt that. I have had that fear. I have had that in the beginning. And I told myself, I'm just going to do this for the discount. That's how I signed up. I'm just going to save money on the supplements and the workout programs, and we'll see what happens. And once I let go of some of those fears and the what ifs, I started to see how it was helping my life and my family's life. And I thought, how in the world can I not share this opportunity with someone? You know, it would be a disservice to not talk about this opportunity with other people, because if it's changed my life, it can change their life. So that is where it comes in for me. I love talking about the actual business side opportunity as well now, because it just is such a cool thing. It doesn't feel like work when you wake up. You get to have, you know, there are people work all over the place. I don't know if we even shared like from Texas to here on this call tonight, or Texas to Kentucky here. You guys don't even know where I am. But that's such a wide range. But the coolest part is that we meet virtually all the time. And we also have quarterly live events that you can get to and actually hug these people and hang out with them. So while it is very much virtual, which is great for those who are busy, it's also amazing because we do get to see each other at these other events. So how do we earn? Obviously, I've talked a little bit about team building, just meaning other people who decide to coach as well on your team. And basically, we train you as best as we can in ways that have worked for us. You are never going to join our team and be left in the dust. So if it's a fear of, I'm going to sign up and never, now what do I do type of thing, it's not going to be that way for you. Whether you have an upline that is super active or not, you have an entire team of people that are there to support you always. We have team pages full of coaches who are there to help and answer questions, files, documents, templates, things to help you along the way so that you're not recreating systems wasting that time in the beginning. You're not doing that. We have those for you. We put you in a training where we're going to tell you everything we can that works for us. How do we build our social media platforms? Because that's a big thing I get. Well, you have a big following. I could never do that. Well, I didn't have Facebook before our daughter was born. I was very private. It was a private account. It was for friends and family. I did not have Instagram. So all of those things were grown and learned throughout this coaching process. So we're here to, you know, talk you through all of those things, understanding the business side and also understanding how to brand yourself. We have constant trainings. We have webinars like this for you to invite your potentials to, just a big space where you are going to feel like, wow, this is a lot of information. And that's what we want. We want you to feel like you have everything you need at your fingertips to be successful in the business. Earning, obviously, building your team is called team cycle bonuses, is where you really start to earn. And we have people who, you know, are starting small and cycling. Maybe they're earning $50 a week. We also have people who are earning, you know, 4 and 5 figure cycles every week. So it just, honestly, the range is very drastic, and it just depends on, obviously, the effort that you're putting into your business and, you know, your team and what they're doing and producing. So whether you have working coaches or coaches who are just more there for the discount. Another thing is your commission. So you're going to earn 25% commission on everything. You'll get bonuses on certain things that you sell. You'll also get sign-up bonuses. If for those who sign up to coach, you'll get a bonus for your coaches signing up. You will have quarterly bonus opportunities based on your rank. So there are just a lot of different ways that we earn, and we can definitely give you more specifics on that. You'll learn a lot about that as well. But the biggest thing to know, that I want you guys to know, is that there's not a whole lot to lose here. A big thing is like a fear of failure. And I just recently told my team this, is it's not necessarily your fear of failure that's holding you back. It's the fear of like being judged by other people, and you're like putting yourself out there. That's usually the scary thing. That's the fear of failure. It's not really your own fear of failure, because at the end of the day, if nothing else, I tell people you have nothing to lose other than weight. Like, you are going to get fit. You're going to feel good. You're going to teach your family healthy habits. You're going to join a tribe of people who are your people, your community. And all of that in itself was like, that's what I want. And so then on top of that, to build a business that is literally life-changing, it's been a big blessing. You know, I replaced my teacher salary at about 6 months in, and from there we continued to grow to a $1 million club team in 3 years. And so I say that always a little bit scared because I don't like to lead with the financials, but I also want people to know what's possible. And that I didn't start for that reason, but it's gotten us there. So that's a big blessing as well. How much time? People always ask, how much time do I need to invest? It's up to you. And that will determine kind of how your business grows. So I say in the beginning, usually between an hour and 2 hours a day, if you're really good with your time, is great. Because you don't have a team. You're simply sharing your journey and showing others what's possible. And I tell people, being a product of the product, that's the easiest thing to do, because people are going to see your transformations and be like, I want to do that, you know, show me how that happened, you know? And so that's the easiest way to do it, is to know that you stand behind the products, you stand behind the program. So if you love Beachbody programs, you love On Demand, or you love Shakeology, or our performance line, or, I mean, we have detoxes and so many other things as well. If you already love those, the discount alone is great. You get 25% off everything. And then on top of that, obviously, you have the opportunity to grow. We are in the US, we are in Canada, and we are just launched in the United Kingdom in the last like 5 months. So that's fairly new, and so much opportunity to grow, obviously, with that being said. Trying to think of some other things. Oh, a lot of people who are on this call may already have a coach like maybe you're in someone's challenge group. Maybe you've already purchased what's called a challenge pack where you're doing a program and supplements. If that is you, you can sign up to coach for free. The investment is zilch because you've already invested in your products. So you actually sign up. It's a $39 sign up, and that's reimbursed. So at the end of the day, what is the investment? I know several MLMs and network marketing companies where the investment is thousands. I know several who are several hundred. Ours is about $150. The minimum is $39. So really, you don't have a ton to lose. And that $150 is giving you our container system, a shaker cup, Shakeology, or our pre and post workout performance line. Every single one of our workout programs, over 600 of those, all of our meal plans, I mean, like so much stuff. And so that's really going to get you started on your fitness journey. That's what a customer would pay to have all of that as well. And then you start your business with all of that. It gives you everything you need to start sharing and be really successful in that. So that is like the max investment that you really have to do. And so if someone were to tell me invest $150 in something that's going to get you healthier and change your life and your body and your mindset and all of it, and then it would grow into a business as well, I'd be like, sign me up. So it took me 3 times to say yes. So I get it when you have those like fears, but I also am here to tell you that those fears are irrational if you think about them, because again, there's not a ton to lose. So anything else, ladies, that I am missing that I should be sharing? I want to make sure I covered everything. Again, at the end of the day, if you think that this is something that you want to try and you want to do this and you're like, I either want to do it as a side hustle and I want to have a savings for my kids or take them to Disney or have, gas money, groceries, like all of those things were big things in the beginning. Like, just paid for my groceries myself, and that was cool for me. And, I paid a couple bills the next month, and then, you pay for your mortgage, small things that add up to big things. Whether you want that side hustle or you want to make it a full-time thing, this is something that is really cool, and we help a lot of people in the process. So the moment you have someone tell you that you've changed their life, you've made their life better in some way, that feeling is going to fill you up more than anything else that you can even imagine. So we are looking forward to having you guys. If you have had that nudge and you feel like this is your sign, it's time to do this, reach out to the coach that invited you on this call and tell them I'm ready to go. And we will be so excited to see you welcomed into our team pages, and we will be there to welcome you with open arms when that day comes. So I want to thank Reagan and Tristan for sharing openly their stories, and you ladies rock. So thank you for that. See, mom life, we've got a little one on the call right now. But again, thank you guys for joining us, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Bye, guys.